Ladies and gentlemen, the first man to build 21-inch biceps, drug-free.
My friends, you know, Jason and I, we always have our little discussions of things. And we were talking the other day about this turmoil, the pundits and all of the people that never opened their mouths before is carrying on about domestic violence against women. Like all of a sudden this is something new. There's less domestic violence against women today than ever. It used to be part of the course years ago. But the point is the hypocrisy of it all. Now, everything was fine until the video came out. Now the video came out, but no, believe me, and I'm being perfectly honest with you, my friends, because that means more to me than anything. I never smacked or hit a woman in my life because I never had the reason to. I never had a woman coming at me. I will never forget the time my good dear friend, Robert Urey, he said he was looking at the ball game. His wife walked up, I want to talk, cut off the game. He says, I'm looking at the game. Honey, will you please let me see the game? No, I want to talk. So she cut off the TV. He cut it back on. She came up again, and he backhanded her across her mouth. That was the end of that. Of course, that's domestic violence. You're not supposed to do that under any circumstance. She hit you in the head with a baseball bat. You're not supposed to retaliate, because if you retaliate, that's domestic violence. They're carrying on now about this domestic violence like it's the Third World War. Now, the woman that Rick hit in the mouth and knocked out, who knows what led to it? And it's not, I don't see it, I'm not there. I don't see what happened. She could have hit him. I understand she hit him first. Okay. It's obvious, my friends, that to her, it wasn't the end of the world. Because she wasn't even married. 2 days later, she married him. And now she's in turmoil and in agony because the media is chewing her and him up. She said, please leave us alone. Just one incident between me and my husband. I'm happy and I'm satisfied. Why are you raising all this hell? Now, oh, the domestic violence. Oh, what could be worse? And I see these 2-cent pundits, they all should be arrested for this. You're not supposed to hit a woman under any circumstance. Can you imagine something so ridiculous? So if a woman came at you with a baseball bat and started beating you over the head, you're not supposed to do this because you're hitting a woman. Now all of a sudden, a woman is sacrosanct. She becomes deity. And you know what's so terrible about that aspect? They're beating you over the drum, telling you how inadequate men treat them. But when it comes to something like domestic violence, oh, we're monsters. You're not supposed to hit a woman under any circumstance. You know, the most important thing about this, my friends, is that there's a fundamental difference in the psychology of men and women. Fundamental difference built in, not created by us, but built in our psyche. It's a fundamental difference. I'd like to know, have you ever heard of a polygamous family with 6 husbands and 1 woman? Psychologically, it's impossible. So and these women are happy. What makes a mentality that 6 women can be happy living with 1 man? They cover all kinds of excuses and this and that, but it's the mentality. Fundamental difference between men and women. And they're trying to womanize us. But I said, no, hey, I'm not sitting here saying you're supposed to go around beating up on a woman, no. But to say not to hit a woman under any circumstances is outrageous. And the few that have the guts to mention maybe, or they crucify him. So you got to keep quiet. This is the crucifying era. If you don't jump on the bandwagon, you may be punished financially. I'm talking about these big companies. Now, all of a sudden now, of all the troubles we have in the Mideast and everything, they're giving more play to this fella knocking out his wife than almost they give it to the Mideast. It doesn't make any sense. And the point simply is, the reason why we have the problem between men and women we have today is not accepting reality and the disconnect between the psyche of the two sexes. I mean, women should get the same play as men, sure. But if you're demanding everything that a man gets, then you should be demanding. You know, I'll give you an example. My last wife, she was very feisty. Always, women are just as good as men. Always, I said, okay, they're just as good as men. Okay. So we were walking down one of the streets, and I said, if a guy jumps out there in the alley at us, and I jump behind you, then I'm a man. I'm different. That is the difference. When it comes to paying a price, it's a difference. If I jump behind you, you think I'm crazy. You're supposed to jump behind me. But in every other aspect, it's the same. If a woman attacked me, which hasn't happened in my life, I tell you, she'd be knocked out 3 times. I mean it. I mean, the point to say that a man is not supposed to resist a woman at any cost is outrageous. Absolutely outrageous. And Jason and I were talking about it. He said, it doesn't make any sense. That's why we have the problem we have in our country, because we are really the most hypocritical country on earth. We sell more drugs in the United States than the rest of the world combined, almost. But where do you see the hypocrites beating the drum and all that? Here. The highest divorce rate in the United States, you know it is? In the Bible Belt. We're just loaded with hypocrisy. But hypocrisy, and you know what it does? You know what hurts really? Us poor guys. Well, not me, because, you know, I'm out of the loop. But the young fellas growing up, they're confused because it's inside of us as men to take care of women. It's been ingrained in us to look out for your woman. And I've never heard any woman say, look out for women. I mean, now I'm not going to hold it now. I'm not putting down. If you got the right woman, it's priceless. I'm not putting the women down. I'm putting down the hypocrisy of society. How we cope along, lying to ourselves. I listen to these women. Oh, he cheated. And I'm saying, he cheated? You know, I've never seen male groupies running after these female stars. They may have them, but I haven't seen it. I haven't seen, you go to these concerts and they're taking their panties off, throwing it on the stage at the men. I don't see men, these big movie stars, female movie stars with a bunch of guys running behind them. It's the psychology, but they don't want to accept it. They want to turn it around. The smart people know. You don't promote domestic violence, but you don't take a man that did that. What he did was not, was not commendable. He went through the court. They put him on probation, but that's not enough. It got out there to the masses, the bloggers. Now they want to crucify him. They want, and the thing that makes it so eats me up, and it eats me up all the time I think about it. The wife said, leave us the fuck alone. Why keep digging a grave for us? You know why? because these phony hypocrite pundits sitting back there ran back saying what you're not supposed to do. Hey, I agree. You don't beat on women. No, but the men have been beating on women it's worse, 10 times worse than it is today. And yet they're making all this and crucifying this man and act like the Second World War. Revisit it. So we were talking about that, and I was saying, I mean, if a woman ever attacked me, she better forget that she's a boy. I tell you, it never happened to me in my life. But if she did, she'd be in deep trouble. I just say that we just got to be not herd animals and just run after the latest craziness. And every time my friends, I hear, oh, he cheated. And I say, what are you talking about? Do you have any idea what goes on? You don't find women, female singers and men all crowded around their dressing room trying to go to bed with them. You don't find that. You find it with women. And the point about that cheating business, it gets me. That for some reason in their head, they're supposed to sit back and you're supposed to pay homage to them for the rest of your life. Men were designed to cheat. You could say what you want. It's built in. And they say cheat. I don't say cheat. They're philandeриsts. A man thinks a mystery under every woman's dress. That's why these bikini places do so well. That's why these, hey, I'd like to know one thing, my friends. When have you walked by a whorehouse with the men standing on the corner waiting for the women? Huh? I tell them all the time when they cry about pornography. I said you can end pornography immediately. Keep your panties on. That's the end of pornography. But no, it's the men. It's the animals. If men weren't so animalistic, no, it's not us, it's you. And I enjoyed it. You know, I could go on and on because you guys know I'm windy. But the point just gets me when I hear this going on and on and on. You should never hit a woman. What makes a woman be? What is she? Jesus? A sacrosanct? What do you mean never hit a woman? And I'll never forget the case with Bob didn't want to hit his wife. She made him hit her. She would not let him look at the baseball game because she wanted to talk. That's the way. Now, wait, I'm just using one isolated incident. He said he was so angry. He said, Leroy, I was so angry, I walked up and backhanded her mouth. That was the end of that. You see, but that's just one incident. And that just shows you the way we're herd animals. They all want to fire the guy. They want to spend him for life and all that kind of business because he hit the woman that loved him. And results of it, I'm sure he just didn't walk the elevator, hit him around. They said she stretched him, whatever, I don't know. I don't want to get into details. But the point is, this is what's happening. Domestic violence. Boy, did that get me. I was talking to Jason about it the other night, and he said, it's just unbelievable the way they twist things, like herd animals. You know, what's the latest bullshit that we can run for weeks and weeks and weeks? You know, man knock out his wife. Woo, what could be worse than that? Okay, my friends, I'll be here talking too long because the subject is so wide and interests me so, and the hypocrisy of it all. It's a lot for me to handle, but I'm handling it. And I like talking to my friends about it because, and you know, people like us, you don't hear from us. You hear from the phony pundits. No circumstance should you hit a woman. Can you imagine something so stupid, a statement? But they say it. Well, my friends, go to my website, LeroyColbert.com, and you'll see a lot about my origin and the reason why. I couldn't compete anymore. Really, it's the story of my life on that. Take a look at it when you get a chance. To be continued.
Wait a minute. Before you click away, I want you to subscribe, like, comment, hell, even dislike if you want to. At least do something before you get out of here.